Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Market Insights with Linux, and welcome to this new video right here on Apple. Wanted to do a full update. We'll talk about some news. We'll talk about some relevant fundamentals, or at least some things that are going on right now with Apple that I think are relevant. Obviously, today that I'm making this video, the markets are closed, right? In the US, it's Juneteenth. So the markets are closed, so we're not going to get any price action today, but still we'll take a look at the higher time frames, which is very valuable, and then we'll take a look at some lower time frames as well. So that's what we'll do. This was requested by some of you in the comments, and I see every comment. All right, so if you would like to see a certain stock being analyzed, long-term, short-term, and also a little bit of fundamental analysis, then let me know, right? And also make sure to join the free Telegram channel we have, in which I keep you updated on new videos, but also ideas and just in general my thoughts on the markets almost every day. So let's get right into it. Now, first of all, when we're talking about fundamentals, there's look, at this point of time, obviously, the general financial markets are quite volatile and are quite uncertain, so that has an effect on Apple as well. And that's also something I wanted to talk about regarding Apple here on the higher time frames, because Apple, and that's also why I made the thumbnail something like urgent updates. I think that's going to be it. Is that we are at least in my opinion, a pretty crucial level right here that we need to hold. Now, and that's this area right here between 195 down to 189 potentially, even though 189 very much is the lowest I think we can go. If we break down below that, technically the first support level would be right here at 180, but I think we could drop down all the way to this level right here at 172, which is a major support level, as you can see. But that's also where the POC is. That's where the point of control is, so that's where most of the liquidity is at. Now, like I said, we have quite a lot of liquidity right here at 183, and the technical support level goes all the way up to 195. So at this point of time, I'm not too worried, but those general financial market unrest can push us down there, right? And at this point of time, look, fundamentally, Apple is also a little bit mixed, right? I mean, they're still doing like huge buybacks. I think in the first quarter of 2025, they did some huge buybacks. They're one of the biggest tech companies buying back their shares, and a lot of it, I think their expectation for 2025 is that they're going to buy $100 billion back in Apple shares. So that provides this technical floor, but then in the end, or at least on the other hand, there's quite a lot of tension here and there between Apple and Donald Trump, and the tariffs are also not very beneficial for Apple. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. And like I said, on the higher time frames, after that high volume spike down right here at the beginning of April, we have reclaimed the main support level we have. Let me quickly make that a little bit bigger so it's a bit clearer. The main support level we have right here between 189 and then let's say 195, we're still holding that. And on the higher time frames, the big question is well, can we hold that? And for me at this point of time, even with all those fundamentals kind of affecting and pressuring Apple from both sides, I would say the answer is yes, right? We formed a nice consolidation right here so far between 193 and then to the upsides, and that's also where most of the resistance is right here at 210, 215. I think that consolidation will hold, right? So if we dive into the lower time frames right here, you can also see that, Apple has pushed down quite a fair bit since the 11th of June. And I think that can actually continue to happen. And I would also say it's most likely that that will continue to happen as long as this unrest pertains for a drop into 193, 192, 190. But at this point of time, I don't see fundamentals strong enough to break this higher time frame consolidation we have, right? So somewhere from there, I do expect a bounce, and I also do think, based on the assumption that we will see some stabilization of the situation fundamentally, I think we can rally into that first price target right here at 201, and then eventually also the higher price target at 210 from that level. So I'll keep you updated on this, and if we have some major Apple news, I'll definitely keep you updated on that as well. But for now, I think that's what you need to know. Hopefully it helps. Consider subscribing if you're more interested in these Apple videos or just in general stock updates. But that's it for now. Have a great Thursday. Have a great rest of your week, and bye.